My name is Michael Abdallah. I'm the Assistant Athletic Director for Strategic Communications here at St. Olaf, and I'm joined by second-year head men's soccer coach Travis Wall. Travis, thanks for taking a few minutes to talk to us.
Yeah, great to be here, Michael.
So first, what's your team been up to this fall, and what challenges has this year posed for you guys?
The year's posed a lot of challenges, but I give St. Olaf College a lot of credit in the way that we've reopened the school. I feel like since the summer, we've had a pretty good plan and we've stuck to it. And that has allowed for us to have a pretty good fall season, all things considered. You know, from when the guys moved in, there was a pretty strict 2-week quarantine where we really couldn't do much. And as tough as that was, it really opened the door for some more activity that we could do as the semester wore on. So we had about a month of practices that we were in pods of 10 or less with a couple coaches, and we would just kind of mirror our training with both pods and just do them on opposite sides of the field. And then after about a month, we were able to break out of our pods and go to full team training like we normally would. We have been wearing masks while we play as well, which I think at the beginning seemed a lot worse than it really has become. It's just kind of, living in society these days. We wear a mask everywhere, so it's just normal to wear it on the field now. But it has been a productive fall so far, and I think one of the big things is we have a really young team this fall. I think so. We brought in 14 freshmen, 12 of which are on campus right now, and we have 10 sophomores on a team that has 31 guys on it right now. So it's a lot of freshmen and sophomores on the team. So I understand there's a lot of different colleges and programs around the country who have had people defer for semesters. I'm very happy that we had as many guys as we do on campus, because for such a young team, I think even with all the protocols in place and restrictions that really it makes it pretty hard to make friends and have a normal social life. Even in the midst of all that, our guys have done a good job at having a decent social life and obviously becoming closer with their teammates. And I think that's been one of the biggest takeaways that we've been able to have this semester, is really in a forming stage of our program.
And you had a chance to do a scrimmage, a full 11-on-11 scrimmage. So between that and practices for focusing on the new guys, who's stood out to you so far from the new group, who's obviously faced some challenges with getting used to life here at St. Olaf?
Yeah. We did our 11v11 scrimmage a few weeks ago. And I got to give Max Stoffer a shout out, because he bagged a hat trick in a really good 3-2 win. We're pretty excited with how the new guys have joined the program. Looking at the attacking side of things, Hakeem Morgan has been really, really strong through training thus far. He's got a really good soccer IQ. He's got a really nice left foot and has been playing great. Clemente, our coach Puig, has been another standout performer so far in the attacking side of things. AJ Johnson is slowly but surely started to come into form, and we think he's somebody who can score a lot of goals for us down the road. In the midfield, Casey McCloskey has been he's shown some really nice sparks, and we think he can be pretty good for us. Ethan Kilmer has been one of the best surprises so far. He's been just rock solid since day one, and it's going to be fun watching a lot of these guys play as they get older. And then on the defensive side of things, Liam Vance has stood out. He also plays higher up the field, and it's going to be a fun question to try to determine where we want to play him as his career unfolds here. And Ian Elliott as a center back has been pretty strong. And Leo Dixon from Seattle, Washington is also stood out in a good way. So, and there's a few others I haven't named that have stood out, but overall these guys have come into, I think, difficult circumstances as first years, being confined to their dorm room for 2 weeks, and then as we've begun playing, they've just kind of showed us that not only that they belong, but they can help us get back to where we want to go.
Then, in addition to all the challenges posed by COVID and just all that's going on right now, you have some different challenges with now getting into the playoffs. Last year was a goal, and it's something you guys were able to do. But what are the differences you've noticed with the guys for a new challenge this year?
Yeah, I think one of the hardest things is, coming into a program that, hadn't done what we wanted to do the previous few years. It was really easy to measure progress last year. We went from 5 wins to 9 wins. We went from 2 wins in the conference to 5 wins. There were a lot of just very easy things to look at box scores and say, all right, we've made progress. All those are out the window this year, right? There's no records to say, oh, we've gotten 3 games better or anything like that. So I think it just requires us to be a little bit more intentional about measuring our success, and how do we measure our success in the absence of playing against opponents. And for us, it's kind of seeing kind of moods we're in at practice. We're going 3 to 4 times a week, and so far it's been pretty nice to see the guys showing up, usually with smiles on their faces, and then we compete and get after it, and then some are smiling a little bit more, maybe some aren't, but when we end practice, it's usually looking forward to the next time we get to come back out. And for me, that's success right now, is guys looking forward to coming to practice, competing, and looking forward to coming back.
And then switching away from soccer a little bit, noticed you've got the Always Vote t-shirt on. Other things that your guys have been up to outside of soccer that you would want to highlight from this semester?
Yeah, for sure. So community service has been, I think, a hard thing to do. Just with COVID-19, there aren't a ton of organizations that want large groups of people to go anywhere. And even in the midst of that, we had 9 guys who have stepped forward to volunteer with a local organization in Northfield called Project Friendship, that can be done via Zoom, where they serve as mentors for 2nd to 7th graders. And we are looking forward to seeing what those guys do with that program. It's 9 guys that I think will do a great job of representing St. Olaf as a college and this program. And then in addition to that, we are 100% registered to vote, all eligible voters within our program. And that's something that I think we're all pretty passionate about. We know that we all have a civic responsibility to cast our votes in these elections. And I'm proud of the way our team has gotten behind this. It hasn't really taken much. They've all been very into it. We got a lot of smart guys who are passionate about things outside of soccer as well, and this election and other things are part of that.
All right, thanks for taking the time, Travis. Hopefully you guys can have a few more practices outside with what looks like it's going to be nice weather coming up here. So thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, my pleasure, Michael. The snow has melted, and despite the 7 inches we got last week, I am proud to say that we went out, got some shovels, cleared the field, and didn't miss practice as a result of it. So we got guys who are excited to play and are willing to put in some hours of shoveling to make sure it gets done.